welcome back to the original Wet on Wet oil painting. Give me a like, give me a subscribe if you like what you see what I'm doing. This is a 24 by 36 inch canvas, and we were doing a seascape here tonight, and we're going to put a little island out in here. So I got this raw umber paint, raw umber, which is brown. I like to use it for like islands and stuff. Makes it look real nice. Good contrast with what we're doing there. And I'm dropping stuff all over. My hands don't want to cooperate with me tonight for some reason. So we're going to put this on pause just one moment. And so now we're going to put a little island in here. I'm just going to come right over here. We're going to start an island like right here. And we're just going to, it's like you're going to put in a mountain. Come on. Put this island in. It's going to take a little time getting used to using a knife. I'm not going to get it right away, but that's alright. It took me a little while. It wasn't just like boom. I knew how to use it. It really doesn't work that way. You got to practice. And I'm still not the greatest with it. I just do the best I can. And part of that is because of the condition of my hands. We're not making excuses. We're making art. And we're going to get a little bit more of this umber in here. And maybe we want to make this, stretch this out just a little bit further, this island here. And come along in here and stretch it out. And it's okay that it's ugly colors, because not every color out there in the world is beautiful. But some of the ugliest colors, with the right lighting, especially in painting, turn out to give you the best contrast that you want. You never know. I always like ugly colors. I don't like that yellow in there, so I'm going to try to scrape that right off. That was a happy little accident in there. So, as Bob Ross would say, I don't like using his terms. I don't like comparing myself to him because I'm not him. I am Jason Andrew Faulkner. I am not him. I am my own person. I do my own thing. So, we're going to bring this island around like so now. You think, oh, good Lord, what a mess he's got going on there. Yeah. Maybe I'm just going to stop right now. I'm just going to move stuff along. And we're just going to pull it. And we're just going to keep pulling it. We're going to pull it. And a little abstract is okay. Now we're going to take a brush, our dirty brush. Actually, we're going to take a 1.5 inch brush here we had in our paint thinner, and we're going to clean it good with a paper towel. We're going to even this out just a little bit. Now remember, any sharp edges you want to keep, don't touch with the brush. That's why they're blender brushes. You're blending it. And so think about your angles, how your angles run. Think about how you want this land to look. How you want this little island to look in here. So we're just going to brush it. We're going to brush it down in here, smooth it out a little. Here this island just kind of comes along. Of course, because it's distant, you're only going to see so much. The rest of it's just kind of like buried in the water all along. kind of tapers out. There's no more. Breaks apart here. So when you do stuff like that, you got to remember to make sure the water is moving around those edges. So we're going to bring this back just a bit more. We're going to bring this out just a bit more. Pull this down. Again, your angles are important here. Maybe decide which way your land is going. And pay attention to your angles. But also remember, it's a distance. It's going to be in the distance. So you got to kind of remember where you want to stop it, how far along where you want it to come out. And I decided I want to take this land like this. And I want to come all the way like that. We're just gonna, all that hard work, we're just going to cover that over right now. We have this dark land mass here. And we'll put a little bit more color in here. Again, remember, to push it back, you just soften it. The more you soften it, the further away it's going to look in your paint. And just, I'm just going to soften this out here. Soften this out. You're not going to see that wave back in there, so you've got to get rid of that. You don't see that in there. Oh. And we're going to soften this. Okay. Details come later. Worry about the details. Get the color on there and then worry about the details. Details always come in later. Always get your color in there. Then you put your details in. Your details determine what you're seeing. And how you're seeing. So, go on in here. And I'm going to do one of my little palm trees. And we're only going to put one out here. We're not going to put 2 or 3. I don't care if he's lonely. I don't think about that kind of stuff. I don't think that, you know. But you got to decide, where's your palm tree at? You got these birds. Are you going to cover them up? You got this here. You're going to cover it up. So what we're going to do is we're going to try to sneak this right in between. And you try to put this palm tree right in between, so you're not cutting off birds. You're definitely not cutting off much of what we want there in the background. We're going to pull it down like so. And I'm going to take a brush here. I'm going to take this silver brush. I've got this clean on here. And we're going to just pull this down. Okay. Yeah. So what we're going to do is we're just going to start here and we're just going to pull this straight down. And this is the start of our tree here. You know, you gotta remember he's sitting on something. He's not just, you know, he's laying there all around him. So you want to kind of put a little detail in there. You don't have to worry about it. It's there. Looking okay? Okay. So now we're going to take our fan brush here. Start working on the palms. And maybe as much of the paint on it as we can. We're going to go into our raw umber here. A brown, a nice brown. We'll put just a little paint on the brush. You don't want to load it up too much. You want to chisel it kind of like so. I know I'm not here to teach how to paint, but sometimes me telling you what I'm doing will help you understand more the process of how to do it. you really want to learn to paint, there are many, many teachers out there. And they're great. Our palm tree is going to come like so. You know, this is going to kind of branch up like so. And then kind of branch up like so. And these kind of branches out like so. Kind of branches out like so. So now we're gonna make back in there. We're just gonna pull the very edges of these. We're gonna try to make them real nice and sharp. Pull. Go back along here. Just pull it. Real nice. Go real slow. Take your time to brush through it. Pull this one down a little bit, pull this out a little bit, and we're going to pull this down a little bit. And we're going to pull this out a little bit. We got a little palm tree going there, so now since we got the sun up here, so we're going to do a little bit of reflective lighting in here. And we're just going to get into our yellow, bright yellow, not our yellow ochre. We're going to get into our yellow cad yellow. I remember what I used there for a minute. And what we're going to do is we're just going to highlight. Just going to touch. Just barely touch along. We're just going to barely touch along. Barely touch it. Like, just kind of, just a little bit. Maybe kind of flex a little bit onto the leaves. Comes up, maybe come along there. Right along here. Just kind of touches the top of that tree. Comes down along here. Somewhat just barely touching. Just barely. Just enough. Give it just a little bit of highlight in there. And you want to keep this side in the dark because the sun's over here, it's reflecting here. I mean, yeah, it shines everywhere. However, it's just coming up in the morning. You got to remember, it's just coming up. So it's only to touch certain areas. So, what we're going to do is we're going to get our dirty 2-inch brush here. And we're going to clean it. Take droop wipe and then paper towels. Get as much of that paint out of that brush as we can. You probably only use your brushes once. That's why the way I buy in bulk, chip disposable brushes, because you're probably only going to use them one time, depending on the colors. You may use them twice, but if you want to reuse them and you want to clean them with paint thinner and clean them in all brush conditioner and paint thinner, go right on ahead. That's up to you. I'm not telling you not to. I'm not telling you what to do. I'm telling you how I do it. I'm telling you what I do. So we're just going to come along in here. I'm going to soften this laying down. Lightly brush that out here. Cover it up here in a minute anyway. Again. Oh yeah. You spend all kinds of time covering things up. What we're going to do here is we're going to take this brush, this 2-inch brush, this 32-inch brush that we've been using, and I'm going to put it in the sap green over here, just the tops of the brush, and just kind of give it in there just a little bit, and we're just going to tap in some green grass along in here, and just going to tap it right on in there, come forward, make sure you're hitting and lifting. We're going to flip our brush over because we still have green clean in there, still have that green in there. And we just kind of unload it on here like so. And we'll set her off to the side here. And now we're going to take a moment. And we got this inland here in the water, so we're going to cut this kind of like we did back in here with the knife. And we're going to do this with a sand brush. And we're going to come along here and maybe our water comes along like so. Comes in like so. Water comes in like so. Comes in like so. Comes in like so. And this signifies that the water goes along. It comes up on the land a little bit. Not real rough along in here. It can't be rough along in here because it really isn't. It's not getting in here very well. Now it comes along. And we're just gonna this in and now I'm going to take the knife here and I'm going to tap along in here because this is calmer, stiller water, and we're just going to put in some few waves in here, a little bit here and there. So just come along. I'm using my left hand. You see, it's just picking up a lot because there's not a lot of paint on there, so it's going to pick up a lot of paint. We haven't done much on the left. I always notice I don't do much on the left. I just do it just enough. I should do more. We're just tapping. We're just touching. We can pick up over here. Get up over here. And we're just touching it. And you're just touching it. And we're just touching it. Just get back into our titanium white. And then we're going to take the knife. And we're just touching it. Again. We're just touching it. And you're just touching it. And then we're going to change off to our right hand. If you can. And we're going to change off to our left hand. I'm just going to keep tapping along here. kind of look, see what we got going on here. I don't like this. So what we're going to do, we're going to probably bring this land around here. And this is just going to be a little alcove of water in here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the raw umber here, which is the brown. I'm going to take that 2-inch, 32-inch brush here. And now we're just going to bring the land along here. Just come along here. So we're just going to put this land in here. And just start to see it will start to change color, look kind of greenish just around the edges here, but that's okay. We're alright. We'll dry that off here. We'll clean our brush, we'll push it back, get better lighting. Maybe what we got going along here is we got maybe a rock alcove. So we're going to get into our raw umber again here. And maybe these rocks. Maybe these rocks kind of. Come along here, like so. There's other ways to put rocks in too. You don't have to use a knife. I like to use the knife, but like I said, you don't have to use a knife. Just a nice thin roll of paint on the knife. And just kind of work it. And you're going to think, oh man, this is a lot of work. Well, you can simplify it by adding white to your canvas when you start, or liquid clear. I'm not telling you you can't do that. I'm not telling you how to paint. Some of you might get started and you might think, I just don't want to do this. Well, not everything is for everybody in this world. And like I said, I didn't even know I wanted to paint or could paint even at all, so I was in my 40s. And give me a like, give me a thumbs up, subscribe, and if you have a YouTube channel and you're an artist out there, or anybody that like to subscribe to me, and if you send me put a comment and put your YouTube channel in there, and I will give you a like and subscribe to you also. And we can all support one another and this art community that we're getting established here, and we can all reach our goals by working together. We all reach our goals. Now we're just gonna spread this out a little. Some kind of techniques you use on mountains. Right now, all we're wanting to do really is get the color on it. Maybe it's beach. Let's go with beach instead of rocks. So we'll kind of beach this out here. And we'll just bring some more down, pull it down, and pull it down. You know, that's usually a reflective water technique, but it works too, just to distribute the paint where you want it. And we'll come back across. This is all beach along here. This is all going to be beach. We'll add our highlights. We'll add our all our highlights and our details here. You don't always have to be, you know, you let your mind wander, you tell yourself stories, tell yourself about all the little fish that are caught up in there, the crabs that are in there waiting, just waiting to be caught and be snacked on for dinner, the shrimp down in there, oysters, all that kind of seafood down along in there. Makes you hungry thinking about it, especially if you like seafood. And I am a seafood lover. Oh yeah. Fish, all of that kind of stuff. It's kind of weird because I'm a water sign, crab, and yeah, here I am. I eat crab. I eat all that seafood stuff. But I guess that would stand to reason. Crabs are considered scavengers down the bottom of the ocean, kind of like shrimp and lobster, all that stuff. And yet we pull it out and we eat it. Crustaceans, we eat it like no other. It tastes so dang good, but they clean out our oceans, and we really need them in the environment. And the way they're going, eventually, we're going to eat ourselves right probably into extinction the way it's looking. Gluttony is everywhere in the United States. Yeah, I'm going to make some people angry, I know that. But that's okay, leave any kind of comment. I can take the criticism, I can take the heat. And that's alright. I'm not here to offend anybody, I'm not here to make anybody angry. But I do say things just off the cuff, that's the way it is, it's uncensored, it's not scripted. I'm not going to write a script here while I'm painting a picture for everybody. I'm not here to teach you how to paint. If I was here to teach you how to paint, maybe I'd be writing a script every time. I'd be like, oh, do this, do this, do this, do this, you must do this, you must do this, oh, do this, do this. Well, that's not our job here. That's not what I'm doing. That's not what I want to do. I want to set people's minds free of what they can do. Not copy another artist, not copy another painter, not copy another person. Do your own thing. Don't be a pod person. Okay, so now we got some green in here, which is fine. We can make it look like little bushes back up along here anyway. Use the tap technique. We're going to put a little green in here. And we're going to use the tap technique, so we're just going to use the top of the brush. We're going to tap it onto the palette, tap, 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 tap. And then we're going to just tap in. All along in here. Tap it all in there, get this all thing over in. Maybe the beach is giving away to some grass in here. This would be a beautiful area to just come and sit. Think about nothing. Think about nothing, think about everything. And once you got all your base color in, that's when you can really start to put more detail. But you want to get all your base color in that you want. And you may think, oh, this just looks horrible. This just looks horrible. Well, you have to step back and look at it from time to time, and always step back and look at your work from time to time. Don't judge it. Don't be like, oh, I need to do this, I need to do that. Don't judge your final work. Let it sit a few days before you look at it again if you need to. Remain emotionally detached from your work. I know that's a very difficult thing to do, but once you learn to do that, it will make you a better artist. It will make you better all the way around with everything that you do with your artwork. It's just like being a writer. You write one book, you got to rewrite it, and you got to read it, and you got to read it from a point of view that it's not you that wrote that material. You got to look at it that way. You remain emotionally unattached from it. We attach ourselves to the stuff emotionally that we make and create. And when we attach ourselves from it, then we have better judgment of the way painting looks. And then remember, when it dries and with lighting, it's going to look different every time. Don't get down on yourself. Just keep doing it. Just keep doing it. And the more you do it, the easier it becomes. The better you get. The more you love it. The more you love it, the more you do it. And if you love it, you're going to do it anyway, no matter what. No matter what difficulties you find, whether the paints aren't painting, spreading thin, your mind's not working the way you want it to, things aren't going the way you want it to, you're not sure, it will come to the forefront in your mind, in your mind's eye, and it will come to you. And just remain attached if we need to. So, okay, so the water's coming along here. I think it flows a little bit more like so, before it decides it's going out this way, wherever this way may be. Now we're just going to fluff these up. It's like the water was just coming onto it. Water just coming onto the land. We're washing it up just a little bit. And it's just rolling. Maybe it's just rolling up a little bit more white here. And we're just going to add a little bit more white along here. Maybe it's just off of the foam. Maybe the water just comes along, you know. It just flows nicely on here. Just comes right down along that beach. And maybe it's just right along the edges. And just coming right along those edges. And the water just kind of flowing right in there like so. You know, maybe it just kind of flows in over here like so. Flows in here like so. And that's where you got it all. That's where the water is. That's where it's coming along. And I believe we're going to take a short break here, and we'll be back in a few moments.